Beardos, weirdos, boils and ghouls, buckle up. I'm on a rant. So then, Beardos, weirdos, this doesn't apply to most of you. A very small minority some of this will apply to, and to a very small minority of the community at large. Now let me make this very clear, and this is something I have been clear about from day one of this channel. I believe in the paranormal, but I don't believe in all the fake shite that I see on YouTube. Fair enough? Yes. I have stated numerous times that I have experienced quite a few paranormal episodes throughout my life. I have also said that prior to this channel, I used to go on ghost hunts, paranormal investigations, whatever you want to call them. Now, to me, there is a huge difference between a ghost hunt and a paranormal investigation. A ghost hunt is where you turn up with a team at a paid location where there's loads of people, general public, and everyone's running around screaming, and every knock is a ghost, and every little tap is a fucking demon. A paranormal investigation is throwing all of that to one side, and when you hear those knocks and taps, it's trying to work out if it is something that can be easily explained or something unexplained. There you go. It's quite simple, my views on it. I go to my haunted hotel. They invited me as a debunker, because whether you agree with me or not, primarily I am known as a debunker. I am also a paranormal investigator, and I believe in the paranormal. Maybe that makes me a little bit different to some debunkers. Who knows? If you want to watch a debunker that is totally skeptical of everything with no belief in the paranormal, then go and check out other channels. So, the first thing I want to address is there was a comment that was shared with me earlier today that said that my haunted hotel paid me, and PSI to go to that hotel and lie and say they were real. I mean, really? I assume that comment came from somebody with some agenda against me, because I've looked through some of the comments. One of them was even, ugh, Beardo. I don't believe in his wild guesses anyway, and he's an asshole or whatever the wording was. Just because the channels you think are real are full of shit and behave like dickheads doesn't mean I'm in the wrong now, does it? If Danny, Harry, or Brett had approached me and said, "Hey, Beardo, here's $1,000. Come to our hotel, fake a load of shit, tell everyone it's real, we'll make you famous." Do you know what would have been said from me? Absolutely fucking not. By the way, there is a video going out right now telling everyone exactly what you are. No money exchanged hands anyway. At all. We didn't pay to go there. They didn't pay us to go there. We took our own equipment. We provided our own fuel. They did provide us with a bed for the night. And they did provide us with free tea and coffee. And at one point, we were given a nice cold drink because it was very warm in there. A bed and some cold and hot drinks is not quite enough to buy me to change my morals at all. Also, adding to that, if one of those 3 guys from that hotel offered me money and it got out to the other 2, I'm sure that would cause problems for them. It is not the case. That is an outright guess or lie. It didn't happen. Point number 2. People are saying I should turn in my debunker card because I had an experience that was outside of the normal and called it such. Is that not what I've been looking for since day one of this channel? Or when I paid to go to Margam Castle 10 years ago? When I used to go out to all the abbeys with my mates after watching Most Haunted? Because we thought that shit was real for a little while. Somebody commented, "Hey, this guy's done 20 investigations, half of them are just in abandoned properties, thinks he's this, thinks he's that, thinks he's the other. He doesn't know shit." Just because I haven't recorded that many investigations doesn't mean I haven't been on that many. Also take into account that I have worked with some teams with a very high standing in the paranormal community. Teams like the Ouija Brothers, teams like Ghosts on Trent. I have worked with smaller teams that not that many people have heard of. I will continue working with smaller... I don't have to hand in my debunking card For an experience, now did I see a demon shouted at me? Did I see a ghosty woasty tapped on the fucking glass? No, I did not. What I did see was, that shouldn't have happened. And that shouldn't have happened. Well, in fact, I said, holy fuck. Because I'd spent... Now, bearing in mind, you see a clip of me in the doll room. Or you see a piece of footage of me in that doll room. That piece of footage on their channel is cut down to a minute or two. On my channel, it was 10 minutes. I was in that room for an hour and a half. An hour and a half. What you didn't see was me running my hand across every flat surface that was just out of eyesight, checking behind the crucifix light up thing, sticking my head between the beams that was behind me when I sat down, checking the floorboards, sticking my head into the toilet. The reason none of that makes it into the videos is because it's goddamn boring, and I say in there, you know, I've checked everywhere for speakers, etc. So now, my credibility as a debunker is being questioned because I had a weird experience, or two weird experiences. Yet 6 months ago, or 8 months ago now, when I went to that hotel and had a weird experience, nobody was calling me fake then. Nobody was saying, hey, hand in your debunking card back then. Why all of a sudden is it now, hey, you can't talk to this channel like shit, you can't call them fake, and then when I go to an investigation experience something, hey, you faked that. You're working with fakers. They're paying you to fake that. You're talking out of your asses. Before anyone says it, no, I haven't hit anyone. That's on the top of my hand. I scuff my knuckles on plastic in work. Okay, next thing. There are some people saying things like, hey, Beardo have said I'm legit. I'm real. Listen, just because you've asked me to look at your channel and I've said nothing, doesn't mean that I've said you're real. There are people out there right now saying that I agree with investigatory tools or arcane paranormal investigating parlor tricks, are saying that I've said is real. Just because I'm polite and haven't said, actually, I think that is full of shit. I think that method of investigating should have been left in the 1800s. Just because I'm polite doesn't mean that I think that what you're doing is legitimate. But I see no reason to call people out for it. You see, if you're stood there with your crystal, which the slightest movement with your hand can start a pendulum effect with it, and in your head that's real, I'm not going to shit on that. If you're putting it up on YouTube and telling everyone with 100% certainty that is real, and the Beardo agrees with it, Beardo does not agree with it. I don't believe in pendulum crystal swinging. I don't believe in those rods. The same is applying to mobile phone apps. I have never once stated that a mobile phone app is a legitimate tool for paranormal investigating. The teams that I have worked with state in their videos they don't think the apps are legitimate tools for investigating, but sometimes they can spur an investigation along. People are like, hey, you believe in these apps? 2 days after I said on a live stream, the next time I investigate, I'm not taking a REM pod, I'm not taking an EMF, and I'm not using one of those apps. I'm just going to go with feelings and maybe some trigger objects like old coins or, you know, if there's a history on the place, something that would play into the history. But yeah, people are saying I'm confirming Jesus in the toast again. No, I'm not. Absolutely not. I'm just not willing to say to you on this platform, hey, that 400-year-old arcane method of investigating, time and time again, has been proved as not worth a shit. It's just the way it is. Sometimes, I don't want to shit on people's beliefs. Doesn't mean I support them. You see, there is a massive difference between somebody that has a belief in an object that I don't believe in to this person is faking. I don't think that these people realise that that crystal is moving. And the reason I'm using a crystal as an example is nobody has asked me to review footage of them with a crystal. So I'm not insulting anyone. Because goddamn if I'm not a bully every time I disagree with someone lately. Next point. Stop trying to play me and Purple off against each other, me and Mr. Grey off against each other, or Purple and Mr. Grey, or the shape of Mr. Grey. Stop it. Just stop it. All four of us, of the big four debunkers, we debunk in very different ways. All four of us have different beliefs. All four of us have different thought processes, backgrounds, personalities, etc., etc. But I'll tell you what we do have is a mutual respect for each other. I saw somebody commenting on PSI's live last night while I am sat there watching it, and they say, Mr. Grey debunked Beardo on his premiere, lol. Did he? He offered a opinion that I will gladly take on board, and I hope to discuss further with Mr. Gree and Purple. But some of you people are confusing the word debunked and faked. People are assuming that because Mr. Gree has said it could be this, that he is there, then debunked me and called me fake. No, he hasn't. And trust me, I know no matter what video I put out, Mr. Gree is going to watch it. And I know Mr. Gree will give me his honest opinion. Unfiltered. He always has, he always will. And in fact, there have been occasions where I have said to Mr. Gree, I have captured this on camera. Could you have a look at it? Because I'm stumped. And Mr. Gree has then gone, absolutely, this is what this is. One of them was a private conversation. The other one, he actually did a video. And he was like, that's a gurgle in your throat. I checked the footage again. I checked the footage again. Damn it, he's right. And I respect that. I respect his opinion because he's been at this longer than I have. Now, another thing. And then people going into Purple's lives. While I'm sat there, chatting to people and going, hey, Purple, you need to debunk Beardo when that video comes out because, you know, shenanigans. What? People are going to have opinions on paranormal investigations and the footage. Fair enough. I actually welcome it. I am not going to tear anyone down for saying it could have been this. It could have been that. Or even, I know exactly what that noise was. I know what that noise was. It was a gurgle in your throat. I know what that noise was. It was a hamster with the shits. Because I'll re-look at the footage and then go, yeah, do you know what? You're right. So please, stop trying to stir it up. This is a wonderful community to be part of, where I do a premiere or a live stream and I see Mr. Gree and Purple in my live streams. I see the Shapes audience in my premieres. The Shapes audience see me in his comments. Purple's... You know what I mean? We cross-pollinate. I'm a little different because I cross-pollinate with a lot of the channels I feel are legitimate paranormal investigators. But also, Mr. Gree has been out with the Ouija Brothers. Purple has been out with the Ouija Brothers. There is an interest in working with these real teams to see if anything real can be discovered. Or, God forbid, we catch them faking. To everyone that thinks that I am in on some sort of grand master plan at my haunted hotel, you need to understand this. If I had gone there and caught them faking and then put it into a video and put it out, I'd blow my channel up bigger than going there and saying, I had some really weird experiences. I absolutely would. The last part to this video, there are people like, you're trying to grow your channel by doing XYZ. Siding with certain channels, arguing with others. Do you know how I grow this channel? Because I do. I know which videos of mine do better than others. And the best way for me to explode this channel would be to argue with everyone. Call everyone fake and do my damnedest to catch everyone out. The worst performing videos I have on my channel are the ones where I shout out the real, legitimate channels. Work that one out. You see, if I was to actually argue back with a lot of these channels that are still talking shit about me, hoping that I make videos about them, you know who they are, they know who they are. I explode my channel because everyone piles in for Beardo's gonna kick off. If I was to put out a video right now, slating... I'm not going to use a channel that I've argued with because people are going to jump on that, take things out of context. If I was to put out a video right now to say... I've caught the Ouija Brothers faking, they are full of shit. And then, I don't know, doctored some footage because they're not fake and they're not full of shit. And I put that out. All the Ouija Brothers fans that see that are going to come at me and be like, you piece of shit, in the comments. And I'll comment back with, lol, loser. They'll comment back, who are you calling a loser? Do you see where I'm going? The comments build up and build up and build up and build up. It grows my channel. I end up getting promoted and pushed via YouTube because of interactions. And even with channels that are still talking shit about me, and even with channels still all over Facebook talking shit about me and being like, and calling me whatever, or channels approaching channels that I've debunked going, hey, you want to team up and get Beardo? Even with all that going on, I have not taken that route. I've stepped away from it. Because I'm not a drama channel. Yes, there is a shit ton of drama that attaches itself to me. There is a shit ton of drama that I attract because people don't like what I see. If you don't like what I say, don't watch. It is as simple as that. If you disagree with my opinions on fake channels or real channels, you're allowed that because it's my opinion. You can have your opinion, but opinions are like assholes. Doesn't mean you have to behave like one. I will have an open, constructive argument or discussion with anyone. I have had some open, honest discussions on other people's channels that think I am a complete piece of shit. And I've had it out with them on their lives. And do you know what happened at the end of it? After I got chewed out for a bit, and after I stood my ground and was like, I apologise for certain things, but not for others, F you. Do you know what happened at the end of it? One of these guys, who cannot stand me, was like, you're not quite as bad as I thought you were. There are other channels that I have debunked that have been in my comment sections and turned up into my lives. Like, hey, you're funny. I've had an email off a channel that knows I'm looking into them to see whether they're real or fake. And he's like, you know what? You're really funny. And this is somebody that knows I'm looking into their channel because they've said some things about me. And the guy enjoys my content. So, people sat at home. I don't know if you're headbutting your keyboard or if you're, I don't know, 18 beers in. I'm like, yeah, fuck that bearded dude. Look at him, all old and shit. I'll show him. You're showing me nothing. You're showing yourself up. You're showing yourself up. You're showing the channels up that you're standing up for as well. Because a lot of these channels, they don't want you coming in and talking to me like shit. Stop sending me links to channels just because you don't like the people running them. Because the people that are running those channels know you're sending emails about. Because you don't just approach me. I am not getting dragged into people's personal vendettas. Now, there are channels that I've gone to look at, and then I see people in my live streams like, do this channel, do this channel, do this channel, do this channel. They're relentless with it. They don't comment on anything else. They don't watch any of my videos. They don't comment on any of my videos. But it's like, do this channel, do this channel. They're full of it, they're full of it, they're full of it. I will have a look at that channel when I'm good and ready. Not because you don't like the person running it. Does that mean that these channels are legitimate or that I have no issue with them? Absolutely not. It just means the more I am nagged by people that otherwise don't have fuck all to do with this channel or this community, the least likely I am to pander to your demands. Because you're not my audience. My audience, or especially my core audience, they prefer the happy videos. They prefer the funny videos. Now some people get pissed and say, hey, you're a bully. How dare you have fun at my expense when I'm faking my ghosts? That sounds like a you problem. Right, I have ranted for 25 minutes. That's a good rant. I feel better. I feel cleansed. So guys, stop being assholes. Stop being dickheads. Stop trying to create drama where there is no drama to create, and stop trying to stoke the flames of drama for your own entertainment. There are hundreds of UK paranormal channels, and I will keep working my way around them. There are thousands of American paranormal channels, and I will work my way around them. And for all you saying, hey, he's only going after the big ones, well, yeah, of course I am. Why wouldn't I? More people watch the bigger channels that are full of shit. More people need to be alerted to what they are watching. But I will do smaller channels. I will do bigger channels. It blows my mind when people are like, yeah, you only do big channels. Do you know how many subscribers Smug Puppy had when I first featured his channel? Under 1,000. Just because he's massive on TikTok now and his channel is somehow still growing on YouTube, doesn't mean he was a big channel when I started on him. You only go for the obvious debunks. Really? Okay. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. I will not be getting into arguments. If you want to leave a negative comment, leave a negative comment. I will not be arguing with it. And if you get a heart appear on it, it's just because I scrolled through and I want to get it off my feed, so it stops showing up as an unread message. That's it. Much love to you all. Beardo, out.
Woosah.
Woosah. Woosah. Woosah.
Woosah.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.